everyone. You're listening to the Eagle Experience. Welcome back to the podcast. We're your hosts, Stephanie and
Madison.
And I hope you joined us last time because we talked a lot about who you were and what you could expect from the podcast. And at the end of it, when we were closing off, we did hint at a very special guest.
So today's episode is a look into the woman behind everything. So we're going to pull back the curtain a little bit. She's the principal of our school, one of our 2 IB history teachers, coach for the girls varsity golf team, which is new, and a proud mom of a senior Eagle. So we're happy to introduce Mrs. McGinnis.
Well, hello, ladies.
Hi.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm so honored and excited to be here.
We're excited too.
We're very excited. Okay, so we're going to start off with a little introduction question. So we want to get to know you a little bit. So who is Mrs. McGinnis?
That's an interesting question. She's a lot. She's a lot of person. She's a lot of personality. But when it's all said and done, I honestly think the one thing that always, the thing that I identify with in all aspects of my life, I'm just a teacher. I'm a teacher here in the building. I think I'm a teacher at home. It just comes something that's very natural to me. I don't know. Even when I'm bringing my kids to practices or my little one to basketball practice, I always find myself giving life lessons or asking how their days were and just kind of talking about their lives and just kind of coaching through life. I don't know. I think I'm a teacher. Every sense of the word from my inner core. That's who I am in a nutshell, which is a weird way to put it, but it's the easiest way that I can identify myself as a teacher.
Well, we think that you're a great teacher, but
Well,
we'll get into that a
thanks.
little bit later. So our second question is, how did you get involved at, say, Edmund Prep? Like, what was the track?
Yeah, it's a really good question. I started teaching at a different Catholic school, at Christ the King Regional High School in Queens, as a high school social studies teacher. I was there for 4 years. I had a great time there. I'd met great people. I had amazing mentors, not only in classroom teaching, but also in the world of discipline. I was brought into that realm very naturally, and I loved it. But things changed, and I was ready to move on, so I decided to put out my resumes. It was that simple. And one of the resumes that I put out was for here at St. Edmund Prep, and I was called in that spring by the principal at the time, Mr. John Lorenzetti, and I had an interview. But it was one of those things that it was almost like a kismet moment because I had some mutual friends and family that were involved in St. Edmund Prep, and I can't solely say I'm responsible for this job. I always think there's a higher power involved in things. And actually, the middle person in all this is Kathy Volpes. Mrs. Volpes, she retired, I guess, 2 years ago now, a year and a half ago. She was a gym teacher here. She's awesome. Hey, Mrs. Volpes, if you're watching. And her really good friends, her name was Pat Fenton. And Pat Fenton is my husband's aunt who passed away quite some time ago. But they were like thick as thieves for forever. And rumor had gone out in the family that I was putting my resumes into St. Edmund Prep, and Aunt Pat called Kathy Volpes, a.k.a. Kathy Ruane. That was her maiden name. And was like, hey, Kath, can you put in a good word for my niece, Allison? Mrs. Volpes had never met me before, didn't know me from a hole in the wall. And she walked right into Mr. Lawrence, and he's like, listen, I hear this girl, Allison McGinnis, is interviewing for a job at St. Edmund Prep. She's the best. You have to hire her. Having never met me before, but because I was a McGinnis and Pat Fenton was vouching for me, I could do no wrong. So it was one of those weird destiny moments that were bigger than me that I didn't realize at the time. And that's, quite frankly, how I ended up here with some luck, faith, and clearly something bigger than me.
Well, thank you for putting in a good word for her.
Yeah.
So we have you for history. You're a history teacher.
I am.
And I remember the first day you said, don't talk about principal stuff. I love being a teacher more than I love being a principal. So what made you want to be a teacher? And was that what you always wanted to do?
Yes-ish. I was always that kid that pretended to play teacher. I had a blackboard in my room. I would make fake papers and grade fake papers. And my mom was a nursery school teacher way back in the day, and I loved going there and like helping her cut out the shapes and all the things. And it was always part of my being. And then I was in high school, and I went to college, and I was like, I don't want to be a teacher. They don't make any money. And I was like, you know what? I really love fashion and magazines and advertising. And you know what? I'm going to go be a marketing major. So I went to college my first 2 years, and I was a marketing major and was doing great. I loved my classes. And then I did an internship, and I didn't love it so much. And I didn't like being in an office, and it just didn't feel authentically me. So at the end of my sophomore year, I decided to walk into my advisor and say, hey, I'd like to change my major. And my advisor goes, I'm sorry, what? It's the end of sophomore year. How are you going to change your major right now? And I said, I don't know, but I would like to be a high school social studies teacher. And it knocked everybody's socks off. And I was there on a scholarship. And when you're on a scholarship, there's a finite amount of time you have to get out. So begrudgingly, they changed my major, and I decided to go full force into secondary ed and social studies, working my butt off to get as many credits as I could, and followed my gut and the place where I felt most comfortable, and that was in the classroom.
Wow.
What's your favorite thing about being a teacher?
You guys.
What about principal?
Thank you.
You guys.
Really?
Yes. Yes, there's a lot of hard work that comes with both ends of that. I love lesson. It's going to sound really nerdy. I love lesson planning. I love the beginning, the middle, and an end of a lesson, and kind of making it come together in a way that I think is really understandable and interesting and fun. But being able to execute that lesson and see your faces, that's what it's all about. And I know when things are going sour, and I know when things are boring, but I also know when things are really good. And when those things are really good, there is nothing better in that moment than walking out and being like, I did good today. I made a good lesson. I taught it well. They got it. And then having the interpersonal part of that, like how was your day? Like, what are you doing? Like getting to talk to you guys in the cafeteria and on the corner and in the hallways and wherever, just getting to know you as beings, as humans is the best part of both being a principal and a teacher. The principal thing is hard. There's a lot of hard things that come with being a principal. And that's why when I'm having a moment, you'll find me in the cafeteria. Because for me, the most normal place for me to be is in a busy cafeteria because you're all there. And it takes my mind off of the problems that I can't solve because everything down there can be solved really easily. And it's usually just with a conversation. Mm-hmm. So when things get a little tense upstairs, that's where you'll find me in the cafeteria because it's all because of you guys.
I can definitely tell that you like being a teacher. Yeah, I feel like your lessons I'm really engaged in them.
Yeah. Thanks.
I mean, sometimes, as you said, our faces, I'm like, what's going on? Mm-hmm. But sometimes, like, I'm really engaged and really into it. And I see a lot of my peers, frankly, they love you as a teacher, honestly. Thanks. And I think they love you as a principal. So I think you're doing a great job.
Well, I appreciate that.
Just to throw that out there. We don't say it enough to really anyone.
That's
all
okay.
of our teachers, they probably feel a little bit underappreciated. But I want you to know that we definitely do appreciate you so much.
Thanks. And may we be.
That's why, we wanted you on our podcast. We wanted everyone else to see how much we appreciated you and why. So I think, the connections that we make at school are very apparent. Mm-hmm. And they, like, as much as they're a motivating factor for you, they're also a motivating factor for us. Because feeling close to you and connected to you makes me want to learn, want to be engaged in the lesson. So
that's what it's all about.
Definitely.
So back to our regularly scheduled program.
All right, we're back. What's next? What's the next question?
High school's a scary place. So I want to know a little bit about your high school experience. What was going on with you?
Well, it was interesting. I loved my school. I went to St. Xavier High School down in Park Slope, and it was awesome. I made the best friends of my life, And I still keep in touch with some teachers from there. I was super involved in, like, I was the editor of the yearbook, and I was in drama and the newspaper and the art club and those things. I loved that part of that. I loved being with the teachers and the kids. And then there was the student. She was not so good. I struggled a lot. Learning is not easy for me at all. It may seem like it is, but it's not. Making the connections for me takes a little while. I process a little slower than other people, and that's okay. It's taken me a long time to embrace that. But in high school, when you're 15 and you're in a math class and everybody's moving along and you can't figure out where you were 5 days ago, you shut down a little bit. I was not a great student. I did my homework because I was the only way I was going to pass. I did my homework, and I was never disrespectful, but I gave up really easily in my classes. I never really pushed myself to do these mega classes. I kind of took the easy road and found myself, we call them frequent flyers here at St. Edmund, the ones who are always going to the bathroom. I was her. And we had a tiny school. I was always in the bathroom. I was always in the guidance office. I was always in the office. I was just kind of wandering a lot because the classroom was really, really tough for me. But I got through, thankfully, advocated for myself a little bit and found some alternate paths to get out. But that didn't stop the school from embracing who I was. We had this big thing every year called Song Contest. And in senior year, I was the Song Contest leader, and it was fun and awesome, but in the same regard, really, really challenging at times. But I think that's why I work so hard on my lessons and try to make them connect in a way, because if I can understand it, anybody can understand it. So it was interesting. High school was a lot of ups and a lot of downs.
Okay. I want to know, like, in high school, did you always enjoy history? Like, what
did.
about history specifically?
I did. That was actually the only AP class that I took. They also would only let me take that one.
You said that today.
It was the only one I was allowed to take. You want to know why? The connections come a little easier for me. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's because it's very much like a story. But yes, I also think it's genetic. My father loved history. My brother loves history. I think there's that genetic piece of it. But yeah, I've always really enjoyed history because it just comes a little more naturally to me.
History's my favorite subject too.
Yeah, girl. Mm-hmm. Nice. I know you want to be like a doctor thing, so we get it. History's definitely not Madison's favorite subject, but she's great in it anyway.
No, I mean, I like the subject. When the topics connect, they connect.
I like that. When the topics connect, they connect.
But when the topics don't connect,
they don't connect.
They really don't. Okay. So, last question for this little high school portion. What advice would you give to your high school self, your younger self?
Don't give up. It's okay to fail. I didn't embrace the lessons that came with the failures when I was in high school. For me, the failure was the shutdown. If I could go back and say, Allison, don't shut down, go for the extra help, take a little longer, study more, don't shut down, don't give up, don't close the book, don't walk away, that would be my advice. Do I still think I'd be exactly where I am right now? Without a shadow of a doubt. Would high school have been so challenging for me? Maybe not. But I just think there's something to be said for not giving up so quickly when things get difficult.
I think we're gonna blend this into our next question, which is, so you have 2 sons.
I do.
You have one who's graduating high school.
I do.
You have one who's graduating 8th grade.
Yeah.
So you're getting a little taste of both sides.
I know, it's very stressful.
My mom, almost the same.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So what is your advice for incoming high school students?
Get involved in everything. As a struggling academic kid, the thing that made my high school career so awesome was I got involved. I was not part of the 240 club. Never. Get involved. And I know it seems not cool to join a club sometimes. Put that away for a second. Because when you join clubs or sports and you get involved, that's where you make the friends. That's where you form the relationships. And like you said, Madison, you said that when the relationships are there, it makes you want to learn more. There's merit to that. If you have relationships with people in the building, whether they're other classmates or club moderators, you are more apt to come back the next day and try harder and to stay invested in the process. I know the last thing a 14-year-old kid wants to do is join a club. Just do it. Just walk in the door. I know it seems scary that first day. Walk in the door. You may not like it. You may switch clubs, but you have to get involved.
Would you
Absolutely.
say the same thing about an incoming college student?
100% yes. Absolutely yes. There are so many intramural sporting things, clubs, organizations on campus, especially if you're going to a bigger school. Sometimes it could feel like you get a little lost at these really big schools, but these opportunities are there. The hardest part is walking in the door. So if there's something in one of these clubs that interests you, get in there because you will make a friend group because you're not the only one. You're not the only freshman walking in looking for that place to call home. So it's there. Take advantage of it. Don't just sit in your room at 2:40 when you get home. Don't just sit in your dorm. Get out there. Even if you're staying home for school, join a sorority, join a fraternity, right? Go join a club, even if you're staying home, because those things are there for a reason to keep you invested in the process. Get involved in everything you can, whether it's in high school or college.
I think that's very, pertinent to what we're about to go
Oh, yeah,
through.
sure.
We're applying to colleges and we're leaving
Yeah.
not right now, but
Soon enough.
soon, sadly, but also a little excitedly, to get into a new chapter of our lives.
Leaving the nest. They're
That
leaving the
doesn't mean
nest.
We're coming back. We're coming back.
They're coming back. They'll
We're
be
going to
back.
come back because we have such a strong, family dynamic
Yep.
here at St. Edmund Prep. And I know that, you're a mother, obviously.
I am.
We know your son.
You do.
And I want to know, what's it like to, run a school simultaneously as, running a family?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Moms who work, you can have everything. I know there's this thing you can't have everything and the stress of you can't have everything. But the reality is some things have to give sometimes. Sometimes I feel like I am the worst mother in the world. Sometimes I feel like I'm the worst principal in the world. Sometimes it's very hard to find the balance, especially when my kids were younger. I missed a lot when they were younger. I love to work. I love being a mom. I love both. And I just love to work, and I love my job. And being in administration for so long, I've been in the administration the entire time that my kids were growing up. So I was always either an assistant principal or principal. And there's a responsibility that comes with that. So there comes sacrifice on both sides. I'd be lying if I said it was easy. And I'd be lying if I said I didn't feel like I missed things on both ends. I definitely have. But I have been blessed to be able to be a mother. And I'm blessed to be able to work in this incredible place. So knowing that I'm coming in every day and that something has to sacrifice, I feel like it's for a greater good. And that when you're giving of yourself, especially working in a Catholic school, it comes with sacrifices. It comes with long hours, less pay. It comes with giving of yourself because you want to, not because you have to. Going down to events and staying late at night and knowing that that's just part of my life. The sacrifice is there. You miss a few basketball games. You miss school events. I've never once gone to a PTA meeting, and that's probably for the best because we know sometimes I don't do well with people. So it's hard. But together they've been two of the most gratifying things that I have been blessed with. Knowing full well that I'll never get either one 100% right, but that's okay because I'll always give 100% of what I've got in that moment wherever I am, if that makes sense. It's a hard question, but it's two awesome things. And to be able to have had a kid here and watch them grow up here, I feel like I got a little bit of something back that I missed when they were young, to get all of that here. And to have another one coming up in that same experience, I feel like I'm getting a little bit back, which has been a very cool and stressful experience as well.
I love that. I don't know why. I'm getting teary-eyed.
Yeah.
So we're going to wrap up this episode. But before we do, We know that you like giving little fun facts, so we're gonna throw out some rapid fire questions.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. I'm going to give you 3 seconds to think about it. Are you
Okay,
ready?
all right, I'm ready.
Favorite color?
Blue.
Ooh.
Oh, you didn't even need this.
No, blue is always, I don't wear a lot of blue, but it is my favorite color. I wear a lot of black, but blue is because that's just easy to match.
Yeah.
Blue is my favorite color, hands down.
Favorite holiday?
Oh, Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the more we're decorating the other day, and we did the front lawn, and there's the mix of, and I have a tiny front lawn, there's a mix of the beautiful white twinkle lights and the ugliest, gaudiest blow-ups ever. And I walked in the house and said to my older son, it's perfect. It's the perfect mix of beautiful and gaudy, all wrapped up in one. I love Christmas.
Me too. The smells too.
I know, and the cooking, I love to cook and all the things.
Oh, seems like I'm the odd one out. I prefer like Halloween.
Halloween?
Giving.
The candy on Halloween. Yeah. Thanksgiving.
But the
But
cookies
that's-
I won't
are
hold it against
Christmas.
you.
Yeah, but like I just like fall. I just like
Yeah.
I'm a fall person. So when
Oh, I
we get
appreciate
into
that.
winter, it's like, oh, it's so cold. Okay, so speaking of holiday, I want we have a separate question here, but I want to throw this in.
Okay.
Do you like any like Christmas movies? Like, what's your favorite one?
Love Actually and Elf. They're my favorite. I mean, these are really easy questions.
Oh,
They're my
wow.
favorite. Every year, Elf and Love Actually are the two Christmas movies that I have to 100% watch. Love Actually while I'm wrapping presents, always. And then Elf, usually on a Friday night, a cozy Friday night with all the lights on. My two favorite Christmas movies of all time.
What
Regular
about,
movie.
What about regular movie?
The Breakfast Club.
I love The Breakfast Club.
You've seen it?
Of course I've seen it. I love all
Oh,
the
sometimes
movies.
these younger people tend not to watch these John Hughes 80s movies, but The Breakfast Club is the most epic movie of all time. Shout out to Trisha, you know what I'm talking about.
Well, I haven't watched that one.
She doesn't know
but-
the old stuff. I'm like more old soul. I like Ferris Bueller.
Yeah, well,
Oh, see?
You
Yeah.
act like you're 80 years old.
Listen, there's something to an old soul. You got to get in there and watch a Breakfast Club. We might have to like put IB history on hold for 2 days and watch
Yeah,
the Breakfast
it's
Club. Don't tell the
basically- it
principal
happens,
that
like,
would
right
happen.
It happens like in a library.
Is it a
happens
school?
a lot. Well, I
It's
mean,
detention.
I've seen like the remakes of it on like the stupid TV shows like Riverdale.
Oh, Madison.
You can't be in the podcast anymore.
Yeah, I think this officially just ended.
I didn't say it was cinema. I just said that I've seen.
All right, so Madison, you have an assignment.
Okay.
By the end of the school year, before you graduate, you have to watch The Breakfast Club.
Okay.
And we need to have a 5-minute conversation about it.
Okay.
And then you
got
have to
you.
make sure the podcast knows that you watched The Breakfast Club.
I got you to watch Ferris Bueller and you liked it.
Yeah,
so.
I did like Ferris Bueller, but
Yeah.
that's because he's like a troublemaker.
There's a troublemaker in the Breakfast Club.
Okay.
Watch
Okay.
it.
I'll watch it. Okay. So speaking of TV shows, what is your favorite TV show?
Ooh,
That's a harder one, right?
I know that you talk about Paradise.
I do, but like The West Wing might have to be my favorite television series of all time. Again, I might be dating myself out there. It was a series, I think it was on CBS back in the day. And it is the story of the West Wing of the White House, where all like the hubbub happens. It's where all the big decisions are made. It's where all the drama is. But the cast of the West Wing, it is unbelievable. I highly recommend if you like binge watching and you want to watch something that's hilarious yet dramatic at the same time. The West Wing, people, The West Wing.
Martin Sheen's in it, right?
Yes, this girl. Yes,
You like all of the White House stories.
I do.
Does. Like Scandal.
I do.
Scandal.
Scandal, The Diplomat. There's a
So she just loves history.
There's a theme.
there is
Yeah.
definitely a theme.
What about your favorite food?
Oh, Chinese food.
Ooh.
I love Chinese food. I could eat it every single day.
What specifically?
Oh, I love, it's called chow mein fun. It's these thin rice noodles with some vegetables and some pork and some chicken and some beef, and it's delicious. Yeah,
I'm hungry.
yeah. And I sort of steamed vegetables, fried rice, but yeah, I'm starving. It sounds delicious right now. You can't go wrong with an egg roll. Yeah, I do love Chinese food.
Oh, we just had Chinese
We
food.
did.
Now I
Every day.
want it again. Every day. Oh my God. Okay. So, what about your favorite song?
Oh. I don't know if I have a favorite song. I have a lot of songs that I love. My playlist is all over the map. I mean, we will go from like 90s grunge to like 90s hip hop to dance hall to music now. I mean, I don't know that I have like, you put a little Biggie on, I get really excited. Like, I don't know. I love music. I don't think I have a favorite song. Yeah.
What about a favorite artist?
I don't have one. It's everybody. I just love music. Like, I don't have a one. It depends on my mood, what comes up on the playlist.
I think ours is pretty apparent.
Is it?
Ours? I think,
Yeah.
well, for me, it is.
Well, yours is the Beatles.
Mine is the Beatles.
I would have never guessed that.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's
You
on
are
theme.
old soul.
My watch face is the Beatles.
It's on theme. On theme.
Yeah. I am AD.
I love it. I love it. I love everything about it.
What about you?
Mine, I don't know. I have like a couple, but I would say like the artist I probably listen to the most. This is basic, but it's probably just Taylor Swift. Honestly.
Oh, nothing wrong with that. She's on my playlist all the time.
I listen to almost all of her songs. So.
She's talented. She's brilliant. She's brilliant. She's a brilliant artist. She's a brilliant writer. She's a brilliant businesswoman. So you put all the things together, and I know there are haters out there, but haters can't hate sometimes.
You just gotta shake it off.
That just happened.
All right, so we have one last question for you.
Okay.
What are your goals for the future of St. Edmund Prep?
So I have a lot of little goals. I've never really thought of one big goal for the school. I like to keep moving the goals. Right now, I'm really focused on two things. Generating more school spirit. I know that sounds like a weird goal. I think kids forget the importance of being kids. I think we're so wrapped up in social media and the phones and TikTok and things that aren't real, that one of my goals is just to encourage kids to be in this building and to form relationships and come to pep rallies and get involved in silly games and dress up however they can for whatever holiday. I want to show kids that it's important to be silly and to be kids, because you only get to be a kid once. And I think we're so anxious to grow up that we're missing something and we're going to regret it. So my goal right now is to do as many things as possible to encourage you all to stay in this building and be real and authentic and silly and fun. And the other thing is to help build a robust alumni network. When, we've gone through a lot of iterations of St. Edmund, and we went from a commercial school, all-girls school, to a co-ed school. And with that comes the difficulty of creating a staunch, large alumni base that donates money. And when you're in Catholic education and your tuition dollars keep the lights on, and there's only so much money that families can afford, where's that money going to come from? So re-engaging with our alumni and creating a base where people love what we're doing here, they love their experience, and they want that experience for the future, that's what it's all about. And we have more meetings about this than I could even explain to you guys. But it's about, how do we engage? How do we find people? How do we bring them back in the fold? How do we get them to donate? How do we get them to open up their wallets? It's really hard to ask people, hey, can I have some money? It might be one of the hardest things we do here. But if that's a goal, if that's something that I can leave behind, then I feel like I've done my job. I always say I want to leave this place a little bit better than when I showed up. And if I can leave this place one day, whenever that's going to be, and say that we've got a steady stream of revenue coming in from our alumni that come to events and support, then this place is going to be set up for life. And that's all I really want, is for generations to come to be able to experience this very moment. And I know I gave myself goosebumps on that one, but it's because it really is a special place. So many of our teachers, I could have left a long time ago, been here a long time. There's something about this place that is extraordinary. And if we could just make sure we keep it intact, bigger and better every year, but intact for the next wave, that's the goal.
That was
What
profound.
a great way to end.
Yeah. That was
Profound.
great.
Thanks.
Okay. Well, I guess that's that's a great take right there. I guess that's where we're gonna end it. Okay. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with us, and thank you, Miss McGinnis, for talking with us. Thank you for tuning in. We hope you guys were able to learn a little bit more about Miss McGinnis and, everything that she wants to have done with our school and, just find out more about her as a person. So we sure did love hearing from her.
Yes.
And I loved being here. Thank you so much.
So thank you guys for listening, and we can't wait for you to join us again on the